for stock model automobiles. The first day of the weekend activities was devoted to the modified stock event and found a host of the country's leading dirt track jockeys tuned up for the event. Buddy Sagar in car number 101 was second in the preceding week's grueling time trials, logging an average 100.1 mile per hour in the 1 mile run. Fireball Roberts ranked second in Grand National Stock Car standings, but the treacherous 4-mile sandy course eliminates the possibility of a pre-race favorite. Louise Smith from Greenville, North Carolina, is the lone woman contender. With a total of 4 rollover crack-ups during the year, she feels her luck is bound to change. Over 50 qualifying cars are lined up in handicap position, awaiting the starting signal that'll send them hurtling over the wind-swept Florida beaches. There they come into the first turn, and the 40-lap event is underway. Bobby Flock, Bucky Sagar, and Bob Greer set the early torrid pace and lead the pack into the rough and treacherous backstretch. A car out of control in the first turn adds to the hazardous blinding dust and forces this driver to veer sharply toward the infield. In the 6th time around, the field has already diminished considerably due to engine failure, rollovers, and the harmful effects of sandy carburetors. But the better than 80-mile-per-hour clip sends these remaining dust churners flashing past the 14,000 frenzied fans who form a thin human hedge around the 4-mile course. The bouncing backstretch takes the toll in broken axles, blowouts, and more accidents as these two hot rods come to rest in the sand flats. Into the final lap now with throttles wide open. Gober Sarsby leads the field and sets a whirlwind pace toward the finish line. This fellow gambled and lost in a daring attempt to overtake the leaders. Clocking an average speed of 82.37 miles per hour over the sandy run, Gober Sarsby of Atlanta, Georgia, swings into the home stretch and under the wire to win the sportsman's event. The next morning found an equally large turnout of gas pedal jockeys for the 160-mile new model stock car race. The nation's outstanding race drivers, behind the wheels of a dozen different makes of new cars, will be after a rich $1,200 purse. Frank Lupton, U.S. dirt track champion, holds an envious handicap position. Johnny Mance, the boy who copped the rich $25,000 Darlington race, will pilot car number 98. The greatest of contemporary drivers and winner of the '49 Indianapolis Classic, Bill Holland, will be after another prize for his crowded trophy room. Ponty Flock of Hateville, Georgia, along with brother Tim, are a pair of reckless rebels who hold the distinction of pre-race favorites. A field of over 50 new cars are readied and tuned for the starter's signal. And the drivers jockey into their handicapped starting position during the preliminary tour of the course. The crowd is tense as the green flag signals the start of the 40-lap grind. Tim Flock, Billy Blair, and Marshall Teague lead the roaring mechanical herd around the first turn and into the backstretch sand dune. Bill Holland, after getting off to a blazing start, is forced to call it a day when a broken camshaft forces his early elimination. At the halfway point, the Flock brothers, Tim and Fonty, hold a commanding lead, but Daytona's own Marshall Teague moves up to challenge the front runners. On the 34th lap, Teague in car number 6 steps down on the gas and away from all competition. Just as in the previous day's event, the action gets rough and tumble in the final laps, and the dangerous south turn almost claims a trio of victims. Into the the final lap, and under the checkered flag comes Marshall Teague, logging a winner's time of 1 hour 36 minutes and averaging a blistering 82.4 miles per hour. Yes, local boy makes good. In the 1951 Grand Circuit Stock Car Race, Daytona's Marshall Teague takes on the cash award, and congratulations from the missus.